Hi guys, this is Dr. Stephanie. Welcome to my channel. I am here to talk to us on how to recognize spider cracks in our relationship. Whenever you find yourself criticizing, number one, and I'm going to focus on behavioral patterns. So like you find yourself criticizing all the time, you need to watch it. Because in relationship, I know that people do not like to be criticized. They like to be encouraged. So you look for positive terms to declare over your partner or over your friend, because this goes across friends, goes across colleagues in the office. So having to be in a relationship when somebody's always, or where somebody's always criticizing you, you will not like it. Nobody likes it. So the thing that you have to watch when it comes to that relationship or having good relationship is watching for these spider cracks. Spider cracks in buildings are tiny, tiny little cracks like that in the walls. And if you don't take care of them, they give way to bigger cracks. And if you don't take care of bigger cracks, then the buildings, collapse. The buildings will just collapse. So the relationship is like a building, and it needs to stand on a good foundation for it to last, and for it also to give you that joy, to be the bedrock of that joy that you're expecting in that relationship. So if you don't tend to these cracks, they will crack up your relationship. So this criticism is a big issue. It's a big issue we need to look at. It's a big issue. And when it comes to that, people that do it, they don't even recognize they're doing it because they're sarcastic in their ways. They just drop a sarcastic word and to attack their partner, to measure up their partner, to, cause the partner to be immobilized. I mean, you're practically immobilized when someone utter a word of criticism that is so bad and sarcastic and demeaning. You cannot grow. You cannot enjoy a relationship you have not sown into with the right seeds. You cannot. It's not done, because there's a principle in life that says whatever you sow, you reap. So if you sow bad seeds, you reap the bad seeds. It is so wrong for you to have that attitude. So when you are looking at or trying to curb these cracks, the spider cracks in your relationship, you look at the behavioral pattern, your own behavioral pattern, your partner's behavioral pattern. You have to look at. So criticizing, it's so wrong. Yeah. And I see people do it a lot, both men and women, females and ladies, and colleagues do that to each other. You don't. You can constructively talk about something that will build your partner up, even though you're trying to correct. But when you are criticizing, there's a motive to demean the next person. There's a motive to put yourself above your partner. And that's injurious to the relationship. Now, I want to look at another one, which is the blame game. The blame game is a second art that I see, in relationship that seem to already have cracks. So these spider cracks come in a way that you start seeing yourself as blaming your partner, or you are being blamed in your relationship. And it started in the Garden of Eden when Adam started saying, it's the wife, it's the woman that you gave to me. So ever since, we see blame game in relationships today. But these things can be avoided. The blame game can be avoided. Another attitude we should look at is the attitude of avoidance. Avoidance is a spider crack in a relationship when you want to avoid your partner totally. If you want to avoid your partner, perhaps because you're tired of, having conversations that end up in serious argument, in hot argument, conversations that may become violent, conversations that are demeaning. So a spouse or a partner or a friend can say, okay, I'm not going to say anything again. I just want to avoid my spouse. I don't want any trouble. So that is trouble itself when you try to avoid your partner or your friend. It's already an issue and it needs to be addressed. So you call for a conversation and talk about it, or you seek counsel, so that you can be helped and your relationship can be helped as well. From some people, from avoidance, they just withdraw, which is the fourth one. People withdraw from a relationship. You call the person on the phone, the person gives excuses. Is saying, okay, I can't come, or shifting the time, or trying to, just trying to have you hang in there, but it's not actually there for you. It's withdrawing. And some people will say it's passive aggressiveness. You're just silent, but you're still emitting trouble from where you are. So these are spider cracks in relationships and need to be dealt with on time. Spider cracks, when that crack is not dealt with on time, it affects the whole building. It affects the whole building, and it affects the relationship. Another thing we look at is the act of leaving. A lot of people want to leave. I've seen them. Oh, I need to pack my things. I need to go. Where are you going? I need to go. I cannot stay in this relationship anymore. Oh, this relationship is not for me. It's not what I saw. I didn't see this coming. I didn't see this coming. I didn't experience it in the first 3 years, in the first 5 years. These are the comments that you hear. I think the fifth, I should say, is when someone is in a relationship and that person is so scared of the partner. That person is so scared, is so afraid. It is a sign. It is a sign that something is wrong. Obviously, there are cracks there. There are spider cracks. When maybe the person is about coming back. It could be the husband or the wife, and you're just coming in and the person is so scared, is so afraid. Immediately the person hears the car driving into the compound. Maybe she's all about running, getting scared, arranging things, and fidgeting and so scared. My goodness. And that is a relationship. That is a marriage. Let's look at this thing. That's so dangerous. These are signs that you should seek for help. You should seek for help. Signs that there are spider cracks, even more dangerous cracks. Because you shouldn't be afraid to, be afraid of your spouse or be afraid of anyone where you pretend not to be yourself, where you pretend to be somebody else. Your spouse should love you the way you are. Your spouse should take you the way you are. Look, when we come into marriage, we come with different baggages. We come with many things. You can't imagine what people come for. But hello, are you not the one that made the decision? You are the one that made the decision. And when it's marriage is something that the package is already there, wrapped and given to you. It's not you that packed it. It's delivered to you. And you just made a choice to take it. It's just the only time of change is the time you're making that decision. Apart from that, you have to accept what you decided. So when it comes that you see a whole lot of package we come with, but never you make your spouse, your partner, to be afraid of you, to be so scared. that the person is now pretending, the person is not himself or herself, that's a spider crack. That's it there. That's it there. You need to seek help in order for that relationship to be healthy. That's just a sign of an unhealthy relationship. There are other things, like I'm going to stop at this final one, and that is if you see yourself being vulnerable in that relationship, if you no longer feel protected, you no longer feel safe, if you anything dangerous can just happen to you. You just feel something bad is in the atmosphere, So when it gets to this level, you need to seek help. It's a sign, it's a spider crack that must not be left to continue, because if you leave it to continue, it's going to yield to bigger cracks, and then there will be collapse of the relationship. So it must be addressed one way or the other. Seek help. Seek for a seasoned counselor to see how he or she can bring both of you back, and both of you can now enjoy the healthy relationship that you so desired. So I'll be stopping here, and I would love to see you next time. Please do subscribe, and hit that button. Click on that button and subscribe to this channel. I would love to see you again.